Today, I'm gonna show you how to make an Italian dish called Canederli. And what we use is venison bones, salami, bread, parsley, eggs, lots of Parmesan cheese or Asiago cheese, and you can use beef bones. And what I did is I boiled them for about 8 hours, and then I set it outside, and you get all the fat off. Here's the fat. And then you're going to take the bones out, and you're going to clean all the meat off, and you're going to strain the soup through cheesecloth, keeping the meat separate. You don't put it back in the broth. And I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Okay, I separated the meat off the bones, and pretty much they come pretty clean when you boil them for 8 hours. I added a couple onions to the water to make like a broth, and I have it heating up over here right now. And when it gets warm enough, I'm going to run it through cheesecloth. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, what I did here is I took very old Italian bread that was hard, and I cut it up into little chunks. I did the same thing with salami. I cut about 3 pounds up in little chunks. And now I'm going to make panada from the bread. You add milk. And then you wring the milk out after it sets for a little while. And that makes the bread have a different consistency. Okay, as you can see, I filtered the broth with the cheesecloth, and I got all the impurities out. But the broth is still a little bit foggy, so I'm gonna throw this away, get more cheesecloth, and I'm gonna do it again. Bye-bye. Okay, as you can see, the bread has soaked up the milk pretty good. So now I'm gonna wring it out, and I'm gonna put it in with the salami and the meat, and I'll be back. Okay, now I added the bread to everything. I'm gonna put 1 4-ounce container of parsley flakes. Usually I use fresh parsley, a good bundle. Chop it real fine, put it in here, and I'm going to add 2 of these and probably a dozen eggs, and then I'm going to mix it up. Okay, what I'm doing now is testing them to see if they stay together. Sometimes you need more flour, sometimes you need more egg, and looks like I need more egg. I used 12 eggs already. I'll have to use some more. Okay, now you make the balls as big as you want them, but I try to make them about the size of a baseball. And I did my testing in the water, and I needed to put more eggs, so I ended up using 1.5 dozen eggs. And you try to get the consistency. It's like a meatball, but they're a little moist, so you can use a little bit more flour if you need to. Try not to use a lot of flour. And the egg is the binder. So once these are done, I'm going to bake them in the oven, because I vacuum seal them 4 to a bag, and I freeze the broth. This way you don't have to use it all at one time. Okay, talk to you in a little bit. And that's the final product. Now, some people boil them in the broth, but I put them in the oven, and they're baking right now just to get a little seal on them, and that's it. Okay, this is the finished product. I did have to add beef bouillon to the broth because it was a little bland. I added salt and pepper to taste. But this is it, and if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you for watching. Bye.